Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So glad you're here. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a Valentine's craft, only the way I can do it. So stick around. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description of every video. Well, guys, I hope you had a fabulous week. We are going to be doing a Valentine's Day craft, something that came to my mind. I don't know where they come from. They just do. So if you like it, that's fantastic. But this is it right here. We're going to be using another one of those Tim Holtz reliquary domes, or I call it a cloche. Basically, I'm taking this lace that I got from a barn sale, and I am taking some all-purpose Elmer's glue, not using a lot of it, but just enough to cover it completely. And I'm doing this first for the plain fact that I want it to be dried by the time I need to use it. So just enough to cover the lace, brush it on, and we're going to be using this to wrap around the base of the dome to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Make it look more pleasing to the eye. And once I'm done doing this, I'll set it to the side a little bit, lift it up so it doesn't glue itself to the board. And then it should be dry by the time we need it. The reliquary dome you can get at either Michael's or Joann's. I love them. I think they're fantastic. They're awesome. I think anything in these just kind of elevates it to more elegant and interesting piece. I'm taking an old doll arm, and I've measured it to make sure that it'll fit inside this dome. And I've got a diamond point, I guess, Dremel tool here, and I've used that to cut it down to size so that it'll fit. Once I've cut it down to where it'll fit, now I'm just basically putting it in position where I want it to go. I'm putting it all the way towards the left, and I've drawn around the base of the arm. And I'm taking a, an X-Acto knife and scoring that through the center and then around the edge. And I don't necessarily have to take the center portion out, just around the edges is what I need to take out, and I'll use a butter knife for that because the inside of the arm is hollow, so I don't need to remove the inner portion. And once I'm done digging the whole perimeter out, I'll just basically get that in the position that I want it and glue it down with some of your hot glue. And I definitely like using the Gorilla Glue brand of the hot glue. Moving on to the embellishments, I've got another smaller piece of lace. And I'm taking a pin and pushing it through this little piece of costume jewelry. It's like a puffy metal heart, going along the lines, of course, Valentine's Day. Or you could use like a lock and a key, something like that. What I think would be really awesome would be a locket with pictures in it, kind of splayed open, would be really neat. This pin that I've got, it's got a little loop on the end of it. It's a vintage piece. You could just use a stick pin in there to hold the picture up, and just put a dab of glue and place it against the back of the picture to hold it in place if you want to. I just used an old Victorian photo, and I thought it would be awesome because I always love any of those antique cabinet cards, ambrotypes, daguerreotypes. I think they're just awesome. So I'm using that in my piece here, and I've taken that heart with the lace and draped it through the fingers. You can do it whichever way is the most pleasing for you. And I wanted to add a little bit of dried floral to it. So I had some dried flowers, and I went ahead and stuck those in the base. Now that that lace has stiffened up, basically you're just wrapping it around the bottom of it and gluing it on itself, not onto the cloche, but onto itself. Finished project. Kind of had a hard time getting a good picture because the glare on the glass, but this last one I took the glass off so you could see it a little bit better. Now, what is better than expressing love than the eyes and the mouth? So I just basically took some acrylic frames, painted them in antique gold, and took some damaged antique portraits and placed them in there. This is an old receipt spike, and I put a cork up into this doll part, which is a hand, and made like a banner with a beautiful saying on it and kind of draped it around the hand, which I'm going to show you right here, kind of how I did that. Um, the piece that I showed you just a second ago is actually a really thin, like aluminum, that's been painted, and using like stamps to place the words on there, but you can do it this way also. This is much, much easier. I'm going to also show you how I did that writing, if you're interested, because it kind of geared more towards Gothic handwriting, I guess, is what you would say it looks more like. Um, this is just computer paper. A thicker cardstock would be better. I didn't even finish writing the whole saying on here because it's basically just an example of how I'm cutting it to make it look like, like a banner or a ribbon, whatever you want to call it. But these are awesome to just use in projects. Awesome if you love doing any kind of papery projects, because you can put little sayings on there to go with your scrapbooking or whatever. But this is an idea right here, one of these little pictures, and just kind of place it across there. Just put a little dab of glue on either side and place it on there, and it just looks fabulous. Use different colored, ink if you want to, or a different type of paper. But I just think it's an awesome embellishment that you can use on just about any project you want to. See there? I hate that glue. Them glue strings, I can't stand them. That's one thing that gets on my nerves about hot glue, besides burning myself constantly with it. Some examples of some short quotes you can use. You pierce my soul. I am half agony, half hope. I loved her against reason. You have been in every line I have ever read. We loved with a love that was more than love. Those are from Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, my man, Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. But this is just showing you how I wrote. I don't know. You might think this is just ugly writing, but I'm showing you how I do it. Um, Basically, just giving you an example of different letters and how I make it look the way I do. Whether you want to use it or not, that's up to you, but I thought I would just share it with you just in case you like it and you want to use it. Okay? 'Tis the end, my friends. So, Valentine's Day. Had a really hard time coming up with something, but this is what I thought Valentine's Day. I'm not into the bright red. That's just not in my color wheel. I love mute, warm, dark colors. So this is what come out of me. So I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Um, Say hey in the comment section. And until next time, guys, see you later. Bye.